Happy Thursday, December 11th. Frank Rock, House of Orange TV. There's a lot of Tennessee football news and notes to kind of put together here today. Obviously, Jim Knowles has been officially announced as the new defensive coordinator. Home run hire, in my opinion, for Josh Heupel. There's a couple of entries into the NFL draft. There's a couple of, over the last 2 days, entries into the transfer portal. And there's some Tim Banks news if you're interested in that as well. But hit that like, that share, and hit that subscribe button. Man, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers on this channel. I've not even pushed that at this point. It's pretty cool. And kind of took a little bit of some breaks here along the way, but feeling it again, feeling good about it again. And thank you, guys. Been a good week on here. Let's get to it. Jim Knowles is official. 3 years, $6.6 million plus incentives. Next year, he'll make $2 million, 2027, 2.2, and 2028, 2.4. If he's fired before that time, he would be owed the full buyout. If he leaves, he would pay 50% of it. Now you've got the add-ons like, let me look back at it here again. I know there's like SEC championship, national championship. You know, there's all these little incentives that are in there as well. Some of the others, bowl game eligibility, first round playoff, quarterfinal, semifinal, SEC championship, appearing there, winning it is a higher percentage. Same with national championship versus winning it as well. So there's some incentives there as well. And Knowles is official. Josh Heupel made the comment. He said, from the time we started this search, we zeroed in on Jim Knowles. We got him in the fold. And looking into some of what does Jim Knowles run, it's a 4-2-5 defense. And from what I've seen on it, 3 safeties. He goes 3 safeties. One of them seems to be almost a hybrid safety linebacker. Based on what I've seen, and some of you guys may have researched this more than I have and know more about it than I do. This is what I've seen so far on it. So what that tells me is we better be portal hunting, because really, I mean, you've got Farouk coming back, who I think will get better. Caleb Beasley should come back as well. Other than that, the only other guy that saw time at safety was Sidney Walton. He was a freshman. So where does he factor in as well? If you're looking at that hybrid safety linebacker, that leads me to believe, could an Edwin Spillman, could a Jaden Pilati, could a Jaden Harmon play that? Could a Joel Wyatt, who's coming in, where people have questioned, well, can he stay at safety? This may be the perfect position for him. This could be ideal for him along the way. Could there be some Penn State guys that he brings with him? Could there be some guys from Ohio State from 2 years ago that maybe he has a relationship that he could bring in as well? I don't know that. I'm just thinking off the top of my head on that. But looking at that as well, I think that's the first thing you've got to do once the portal opens up, is you've got to go out and you've got to get safeties. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, they've got some guys coming in this class. Where can they contribute? But you know, kind of the tough thing, I don't know if some of you guys have seen it or not, but I'm not sure what the All-American team was that was released. There's so many of them, it's hard to keep up with. But one of the more recent All-American teams I saw released had Jacoby Thomas on it, who transferred from Tennessee to Miami. I speculate the time he'd gotten beat out. But obviously he wasn't used correctly here. And so we'll see. I've said this before. I don't think safety has been taken serious here in 5 years. I just don't. McCullough did good. McCullough's doing good things for the Rams now. Other than that, I mean, there's probably some guys I'm forgetting. Turrentine, I'm curious to see with him. I thought he had kind of a rough year this year. He wasn't just awful, don't get me wrong, but he had his moments. The angles was what got me. I'm hoping we'll see better angles along the way. I'm hoping we'll see a more physical defense. And this seems to be, from what I've seen with Jim Knowles, it's a very aggressive defense along the way. Now, I've seen this too. Sometimes his defense takes a couple years to kind of kick in. So in that regard, that makes me wonder this year. Obviously, you don't go into it throwing the towel. You're going in the win. But if that's the case, how do you go quarterback-wise, especially if Joey Aguilar is gone, as it appears to be, if he doesn't win his case? If Jake Merklinger transfers, it's going to be George McIntyre, Faison Brandon. Do you go out and go heavy for a quarterback in the portal who can come in, start, or do you just bring in a guy who can compete and possibly go for one of your young guys this year? I think it's a very interesting decision for Josh Heupel, but the fact that Josh Heupel made the change with Tim Banks, it's the first time he has fired an assistant coach. Within days, he's got one of the best in the country on staff. I think that says a lot about how serious Josh Heupel is in Knoxville. And any of you guys, most of you, probably all of us, watched the Vanderbilt game. He was pissed. Josh Heupel was highly pissed during that game. And he made the move he had to make. I'm sure it wasn't easy. But, we'll see where it's at. I'm curious to see now because Willie Martinez, Coach Chop, Rodney Garner are all under contract. William Inge, his expires at the end of this season. But this was said as well. When Knowles went from Ohio State to Penn State, he brought 2 analysts with him. So he didn't change any of the coaches. Will he do the same here? I thought it was a good staff going into the season. I was excited about it. I've been excited the last 2 years about it. And it just did not jive this year, obviously. So it's going to be curious. I don't think William Inge is a bad coach by any means. I mean, he's the interim defensive coordinator. I think they put him there for a reason. The linebacking unit was hit and miss this year, but the way he's recruited and stuff, I would not have a problem if they keep everybody. But if Jim Knowles wants to bring his own guys, I have no problem with that either. It'd be really interesting to see. But I would venture to say at least some of these guys will stay on staff. Well, all of them, I don't know. He may bring some of his own. But, it'll be fascinating to see what they do with this along the way. And Knowles will not coach the bowl game from what I've seen. I'm curious to see if he'll be involved in preparation. But the thing to keep in mind, too, is Penn State is playing in a bowl game. And, what's his obligation still to there? So it's possible that he doesn't come down here until after Penn State's bowl game. So Knowles is official. I mentioned Tim Banks. Tim Banks today reunited with Alex Golesh to go coach, ironically enough, the safeties at Auburn. Golesh retained DJ Durkin, but Tim Banks will coach the safeties there as well. Kind of interesting. That's his specialty, and I've thought that's been the weakness of the defense each year was the safety position. Good luck to Tim Banks. Good luck to Alex Golesh. I'm not an Auburn fan. I've told you guys this when I grew up. This was before the SEC. This was before Arkansas, South Carolina come in when it was kind of hot. The 2 big rivals were Alabama, Auburn. I've not forgotten that. I have no love for Auburn. Absolutely none. And I wish Golesh, I wish Banks good luck because they were key elements in helping turn this program around. Next acts of business. Chris Brazzell, Jermod McCoy have announced their intentions to enter the NFL draft. Obviously, Jermod McCoy's been out for the year, was not going to play the bowl game. Chris Brazzell, though, has announced he's going to the draft. He has opted out of the bowl game. That's going to get mixed results from some of you. Me, I don't have a problem with it. I have no problem with it. It's I wouldn't say it's a meaningless bowl game. You want to win it. But what's more important? You're declaring for the draft on it. I don't know that he'll be the only guy to opt out. If some others enter the draft, I would imagine they will too. I mean, if Arion Carter, if Colton Hood, if they decide to enter the draft, will they play in the bowl? I just don't blame them for not, guys. I just don't, because you risk. And we've seen that field for the Music City Bowl. Is it better now? Possibly. But we've seen how shitty that field has been some of the years they've played in it. I don't have a problem with them opting out of it. And again, it's not like they're playing for the national championship in a bowl game. Yeah, doesn't mean they don't have their pride or anything like that. It's just a different day and age, and these bowls bowls are fun for the fan. They're fun for the fan on it. I've had people before. I said I wouldn't have a problem if they slimmed them down stuff. Some of you's like, don't rain on my parade. I love the bowls. To each their own with it. Bowls are cool. They're fun and all. I don't have a problem with the guy opting out on it. What I like about it too, though, is that is an opportunity for Rodarius Jackson and Travis Smith Jr. One of them, if not both of them, will step in. Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley, unless they were to transfer, which I don't see any reason why they would, they'll play because they're not going to the draft this year. That's an opportunity to see what you've got with Rodarius Jackson and Travis Smith Jr. It's a big opportunity for them, and I'm excited for them as well. Jermod McCoy, we knew going into this season he was going to the draft. He's been rated as high as top 10. Now, with him not playing this year, how does that impact him? But, I've seen teams like the Eagles before take a chance on guys who've been out, and it's paid off for them. I have no doubt Jermod McCoy will still go to the NFL and still do really well on it. It's unfortunate he wasn't able to play this year. He tried it numerous times. It just didn't work out. And, it definitely, it hurt Tennessee's defense this year. But at the end of the day, end of the year, the corner position was not the detriment to this team. Georgia game, they picked on Ty Redmond. Nothing was done to help him out. They put him on an island by himself on that one. But Ty Redmond got better for it. He got better as the year went along. You go into next year. I've even seen talk now Colton Hood could come back. So if you got Ricky Gibson, Colton Hood, and Ty Redmond back, man, that's big time. That is really big time. On top of the guys returning, on top of what you're bringing in. And again, you got to go to the safety. You got to go get safeties in the portal. There's no doubt about it. Go pay it. Go pay the money for them. That's a position that I don't think they've taken serious enough. They went and got Jermod McCoy and Jacoby Thomas, not this past season before, and then they brought Thomas in and just played him sparingly on it. He went to Miami and flourished down there. So Brazel, McCoy, we'll see if anybody else enters at that point. And again, guys to watch out for, I think at this point, Arion Carter, Colton Hood off the top of my head on it. Could have Lance Hurd test the waters. These guys, they've got to send something off to get what their stock is. I have no problem. I don't blame them for that. Even to Deshaun Bishop, I would see what my stock is. He's a junior. He would have a chance if he wanted to go. I don't think he does on that. Who else in there could possibly see that as well? Could a guy like, Hobbs, could a guy like Herring, just check to see what their draft status is on it. You can never fault them for that. Last 2 days, Tennessee's had 2 portal entries as well. This will wrap up on that. Talked a little bit yesterday. Brandon Ains, linebacker, who was committed to Wisconsin for a bit. He flipped to Tennessee. I just feel like it's guys probably got recruited over at this point. He did play in all 12 games on special teams this year, played a little bit in the blowouts as well. I think if you look at the immediate future on it, because there were 4 SEC freshmen, Tennessee had 4 guys make the SEC freshman team: Staley, Ty Redmond, Edwin Spillman, David Sanders Jr. And I think it's a travesty that Jesse Perry was not on it, because Jesse Perry did some really good things this year. But you look at Spillman. Now, obviously, Spillman next year would be his draft year if he wanted it to be as a redshirt sophomore. But you got Prelati. If Jaden Harmon, I hope Jaden Harmon sticks around. There's nothing that's leading me to believe he may leave, but he didn't play a whole lot this year. I think Jaden Harmon still is going to be a stud down here. I still like T-Lander. There's faster guys. I think T-Lander does good things, depending on how he's used on it. I look at Braden Rouse. I look at TJ White. This linebacking room is loaded here as well with talent. It's just got to get developed. It's got to get used right is mainly the main thing. But Brandon Ains entered in Marcus Gorey Jr. He's a guy come in. I'm pretty sure he went to school with Boo Carter. We obviously see that was a whole flop, that whole experience with both of them. Both of them were obviously Boo Carter is in the portal. We know that happened before the end of the season. Big time talent. Drama got in the way of it. Marcus Gorey, I liked his size. I liked what they said about him coming in. It's just never hit with him. He's never been a factor on that. So, I think they're obviously, when I've counted, I could see as many as 20 guys hitting the portal. These were 2 of them that I could see doing it, just because they weren't playing, and it doesn't seem like there's really any immediate playing time in the future for them. Wish all these guys luck, man. They got to do what they got to do. I totally understand that. Guys going to the draft and guys hitting the portal. Guys want to play. You don't want to be buried. I don't have a problem. Go play. Go do what you got to do, man. Best of luck to them. But any other news, any other stuff going on, especially with defensive staff, leading up to bowl game, any of that. Keep you updated on that. Frank, House of Orange, have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you when I see you.